Hello, Bling family. Welcome to our TPR video. My name is Teacher Andy.
Hello, welcome. My name is Teacher Vic. It's so good to see you. Let's get started.
Yay! Hello, Vic. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really good. How are you feeling today, Andy?
Oh, I am feeling fantastic, and I am so happy to be filming this with you, Vic.
Me too.
And what is our video about today?
Well, Andy, today we are talking about TPR. Do you know, what does that stand for, TPR?
Vic, it's funny you say that because we use that in every single lesson, right?
We do. We use TPR.
And I think TPR stands for Total Physical Response.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Congratulations, Andy. Let me give you a star.
Oh, thank you. I love Teacher Vic.
Good. Excellent. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what is TPR. Okay. First of all, let's talk about how TPR came to be. Okay. In the 1970s, there was a psychologist like me, called James Asher, and he did some research in the 1970s. The reason he did research was that people who were studying second languages were dropping out of their courses at a rate of 95%. Pretty bad. And that was a big problem. And so he wanted to try and solve that problem and introduce new techniques into the classroom for students of second languages. Up until that point, they'd been doing rote learning, drilling, trying to read, not understanding, not comprehending. That's it, just like that. And it was no good at all. So he decided to study this. He got a lot of government money for funding because no one was really interested in learning second languages. It hadn't been researched much at all. And what he discovered was that communication and comprehension is the first step toward acquiring a language. I'm going to give you one little example. Okay, so when children learn their first language, they don't start speaking it. They respond to commands. They respond to instructions from their parents or other caregivers or brothers, sisters.
Yeah.
Here is my son, my delightful son, when he was nearly 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old is he now, Vic?
He is now 9 years old. This is him when he was nearly 1. This literally his first steps. And so I'm saying, come to mummy, come to mummy. And then his father's saying, come to me, come to daddy, come to daddy. And he's just walking around smiling, doing exactly what we ask him to do, okay? He cannot understand the words walk. He cannot understand the words come, or he can't say them. But he does understand the meaning. He has comprehension. And that is what TPR is about. It's how we acquire language without formally learning it by rote. Okay? How was it used in a classroom setting? Obviously, we are teaching on video. It's so different to how traditionally foreign languages have been taught in a classroom. And so, normally, a teacher would stand there. He or she would have the students around them, and the teacher would say, let's clap. And the students would start clapping. The teacher would be clapping. Clap, 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 clap. Eventually, the teacher could get to a point where he could just say, let's clap. And he doesn't need to do anything. But the students start clapping. Exactly. And then the students can start joining in with the word. They can say, let's clap, clap. The students are joining in. So that's how it was used in a traditional classroom. However, we are not teaching in a traditional classroom, but we can bring lots of elements to our video screen. Exactly, Andy. Well done. That's good. So I'm going to show you why we should use TPR. Okay?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm going to say a sentence in Turkish. Okay? I'm going to say it, first of all, without TPR. And I want you to tell me, what did I say? Translate it into English if you can.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You're ready, good.
Yeah.
Yapmadan önce dişlerimi fırçaladım. I see a confused face. You have
Can
no
you hear them
idea.
crickets?
Yeah, you've no idea what I just said. Now, Andy, watch again. Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm going to do this with TPR. This is the experience our students have when they are learning English. If they don't have any experience of English, the sounds are different. Everything is different for them.
Right.
Let's try it like this. Tell me what I'm saying. Yapmadan önce dişlerim fırçaladım.
I think my first guess, Vic, would be, first of all, you're pointing this way, behind. So I think before.
Yes.
Before.
Good.
And this is sleep. Sleep.
Yes. Yes.
And brush my teeth.
Yes. Exactly.
So before I sleep,
Yeah.
I brush my teeth.
Perfect, Andy.
Was that right?
Andy, you're getting all the stars today. Very good. Exactly.
Yay!
That's it. So that's why it's so important to use TPR. Okay?
Awesome.
Now, Andy. Okay, I want you to tell me the different types of TPR and how we can communicate. Over to you.
Of course. Thank you, Vic. Well, firstly, I want to talk about communication styles. Now, as a communicator myself, that is my background at university. I'm a big advocate of how we communicate in person, online, and have these interactions with our students in the classroom. Now, Vic, do you know there are two main types of communication?
I didn't know that. You can tell me about them, please.
I would love to. Well, we have verbal communication and non-verbal communication, okay? Now, let's talk about non-verbal first. Now, non-verbal communication, we can actually link this up in a very effective way with TPR. Non-verbal communication includes your body language, your gestures, your facial expressions, and even your posture, okay? Now, the really important thing with non-verbal communication is it actually really sets the tone in the classroom. And because you're a teacher and because your students are looking and, in a class with you, we want to be able to give that experience to students that, welcome a positive, and we want to reinforce that positivity with our students. And we can do this with body language. So, for example, Vic, how do you teach? Do you stand up or do you sit down?
I stand up. I started standing up a few months ago. I love it because I can move around a lot.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of teachers sit down. I personally sit down, and a lot of people ask me, like, "Hey, Andy, well, with body language, it's really hard to do when you're sitting down." And I think changing a few little things can be really beneficial in the classroom. So let me give you some tips that I like to do. Now, when I'm teaching, I like to keep my shoulders back. I like to, put them back. Now, we're not doing a big stretch like if we go to the gym or whatever, but we want it to be nice and relaxed. I use my hands a lot, as you can see, when we're talking. And having that smile. A smile says 1,000 words. And they're the basics of nonverbal communication, because remember that when you're in an online classroom, you might have maybe 3 students, you might have 26 students. They're all going to be watching you, okay? You've got that, like Vic said before, we've got that little box at the top of the screen where students will be watching you. And exactly, Vic. And with that nonverbal communication, we call them cues, okay? So when we use TPR, we have the basic cues, okay? So for example, if I move my hand to my ear, this is saying, hey, would you like to, I want to listen to you say it, okay? I want to hear you say the word, okay? We can use our fingers with TPR, total physical response. How are you? I am draw a little smile on your face. Okay, yeah, perfect. And with these non-verbal cues, they will actually go a long way with our students. And you will see during your classes, students will pick up on them cues, you know. When I get a new class, I'm very active with my hands. And when I ask my students, how are you? They'll start drawing a smiley face with their hands. So, you know, with that nonverbal communication, Vic and, you know, all of our teachers here, you know, come to class relaxed, come to class with a smile, come to class with your body language. I mean, think about it, okay? If you jumped into a meeting or you were a student and, Vic, can I borrow you for a second?
Of course.
Can I demonstrate? Oh, thank you so much. So imagine that Vic is coming to my class for the first time and I'm sitting here like this. Hi, Vic. Welcome to class. How are you? How do I look, Vic?
You look like you can't really be bothered. I don't feel very inspired. I just feel like, this is going to be so boring. I've got to sit through 40 minutes of being bored. I don't want to do this.
Right. And we can change our posture so simply. We can sit up, put our shoulders back, and use our hands, have the smile. So if I do this now, hey Vic, welcome to BlingABC. My name is Teacher Andy. What is your name? You know, did you see the difference, Vic?
Oh, different, so different. As a student, that would just welcome me to the class. I would be so happy to be in your class. I would understand. I would feel comfortable that I'm understanding the new language. I might not have heard the words before. Maybe I can't say them, but I'm understanding because you're showing me your actions, okay? And it makes me feel comfortable and it makes me feel excited.
Thank you. Well, that's what we want to aim for with our nonverbal communication. Now, let's go over to verbal communication now. Now, verbal communication includes your voice tone, your speed, your volume of your voice, and your dialect as well. So, sometimes as teachers, I'm guilty of it as well, we can get into a kind of a train where we forget to change our voice levels, forget to change our tones. And there's little things that you can do to keep your students engaged. Like, for example, you might find that I change my voice volume every now and then. I'll go up, I'll go down. I'll change my speed in terms of relevance to the student's ability. And when you raise your voice or you put a little tone on there, your students you'll see them. They'll look at the camera, okay? We want to keep that engagement level high throughout the class. And we can really do that with our tone and the volume of our voice. Now, like Vic said, there are many different types of TPR, and I'm so excited to share them with you. Now, our main TPR that we can do is called TPR-B. So B for Bravo. So TPR-B. And this is TPR that can be done with body movement. So B, body, TPR, body. And this is the simplest form of TPR. So, Vic, should we try some TPR-B?
Yes, please.
Okay. Why don't you teach me another Turkish word with TPR-B?
Okay, great. Excellent. Good. Okay, let's do this, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, TPR-B, we also might know it as educational TPR. It's when we want to teach the value of a word or teach the meaning of a word, but we want the student to say it too. And so we're teaching a vocabulary word, or we may be teaching a sentence, and we're using TPR, we're using our body. The most important thing for this is I need to get Andy to use his body too. Once, Andy, a few months ago, I had an evaluation and they marked my TPR down, meets expectations. I was disappointed because I thought I aced the TPR in my class. I'm so active. However, their suggestion was you need to get the student to join in with you. Okay. Some students won't do that. That's fine. Yeah. Some students are a bit shy about it, but when they see other students joining in, they will do it. And that makes class so much better for them. It makes them so low stress. They're getting rid of their energy. It's fantastic. So, Andy, you're going to be one of these students who joins in, right? Okay. First of all, I'm going to teach you the word while I do the actions. I'm not expecting a response from you. Okay? I'm just doing it to try and introduce it. So we've got koshiorum. Koshiorum. Okay, any idea what that means, Andy? Koshiorum.
Koshiorum.
Look at me, Andy. What am I doing?
You're running.
I'm running, exactly.
Running.
So you kind of can ignore the word, but look at my action. I'm running.
Yeah.
Now, the next stage, I'm going to get you to stand up. So I'm going to do lots of, come on, you do it too. You do it too. Stand up, stand up.
Into the gym today, Vic.
And come on, Andy, we got to get our morning exercise. Koshiorum, koshiorum, koshiorum.
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 Good, koshiorum, koshiorum.
Koshiorum. Koshiorum.
Good boy, well done. Okay, you can stop running right now. Well done. Good job. Hands now. Yeah, I'm a bit out of breath too. So, we're doing that. First of all, I've taught it, I've said it. The student has joined in. That actually is helping their memory of the word, okay? Because the act of physical movement connects to the memory. And now they will remember the movement and the word. It will help them learn it, okay?
Right.
So then eventually I can get to the stage where I just start running like this, okay?
Koshiorum.
That's right, exactly, koshiorum. It helps you learn, and this is why it's so important. Our TPR in the classroom, it's not just instructional. It's not just circle. Yeah. It's not just read and link. Like Spider-Man. It's not just that. It's also educational as well, and that's how we use it. And that's one of the main ways we can use it. But don't forget, we need to get the student to join in, okay? Otherwise, they're just watching you perform, which is fun for them, but then maybe not learning as well as if they were actually joining in the actions too. So I'm going downstairs. Downstairs.
Oh, very good.
Upstairs. I came upstairs, I went downstairs, and the students love it. It breaks up a class. Okay, sometimes they're a bit tired. You know, it's 9 o'clock at night nearly for them. They're tired, they're little. And so if you're getting them to join in, it gives energy to the class. And that is so important.
And I think it's really important as well, Vic. You made a very good point that they could be tired. And a lot of our students at Bling, they've actually been sitting in a classroom all day, right? So, you know, to get them up and get them motivated and, you know, linking them actions to the word, to the vocabulary, that's what TPR is all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I loved your examples there. I'm a bit out of breath now, Vic. I think I'm ready for some water.
Well, I've got something for you now, Andy. You can take a little breather because we have actually recorded one of your lessons. We've speeded it up because I wanted to analyze how many times you use TPR in your classroom, okay?
Okay.
How many times do you think it was, Andy, approximately?
I don't know, maybe...
Instructional, like, say, listen, or educational. Yeah. How many times in 40 minutes do you think you use it?
Vic, I would say probably around 50 times.
Okay. Let's see. Andy, you used TPR 276 times.
Wow! You don't even realise
we should be
I'm doing it.
Pins, Andy. We're so. Why are we a bit chubby? We should be so thin. We're just
I
so
know.
active in our classes.
I know.
It's insane.
Maybe we could start some sort of like lose weight program with
I know.
BlingABC.
Exactly. Just do more TPR, Andy. Do more.
Yeah.
Do more. Excellent.
Well, Vic, it's funny. It's funny you say that because guess what?
What?
I've got a video of one of your classes too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I bet you didn't see that curveball coming.
No.
So, let's take a look at Vic's video. Okay, here we go. Now, Vic, I'm going to ask the question to you.
Okay.
How many times do you think you used TPR in your 40-minute class?
Okay, well, I'm going to go a little bit higher than you. Okay, so I think it was about 170. This was a phonics class. Okay, phonics class.
Okay.
Does it lend itself to TPR? Sometimes, if I'm teaching the letters, we do big Y, small y, small y. They did love joining in that. They love it. Especially at the beginning of the class, they're learning it. They're loving joining in big Y, small y, and things like that. So yes, I think I used it quite a lot. I think about 170. I don't think I was as active as you were.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny you say that, Vic, because you actually use TPR. $273 times. we counted it. We counted it from your TPRB with your body movements to even your TPRP, which we're going to talk about in a second, which is TPR with pictures. So 273 times, Vic.
Fantastic.
And would you ever think, looking back, that you used TPR that many times?
No, not at all.
Right?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's really good.
And, you know, as being online educators to everyone, any of the teachers who's watching this, you know, it will become more and more natural to you. You know, you won't even realize you are doing it in class. It becomes part of you as a teacher. Pictures are very, very effective learning tools when you're learning any language at all. So I like to show pictures from around my house, from my life. From even pictures of my dog, for example. So, for example, I did a lesson a couple of days ago when we were talking about baby puppies and baby cats, and it was super cute. And you can ask the kids, the students, to show you pictures of their animals, to show you pictures of their things in their life, you know. And a lot of the students will have electronic devices that they can show you, or even better, they have it in person. So, for example, we were learning about dog, and we learned the keyword, and I said, my dog, but where is my dog? Oh, well, let me bring a picture. Here we go. So now we can link my dog. And you can see this picture of me. I'm a little bit skinnier in that picture. And a picture of my dog. And the students will make that connection. Oh, that is teacher's dog. So we can say my dog. So you can use lots of different things. And you saw at the start of the video when me and Vic were talking about things that we like to do, things that we like to, and places from where we live, where we're from. You know, you saw a picture of where I live here in Hanoi. What do we like doing? Oh, I like to go motorcycle riding. You know, here is my motorbike. They will link motorbike. Not that we're probably going to teach them motorbike, but for example, what do you like doing in your spare time? We can use these pictures for lots of different things, and even as simple as a flag. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from England. Okay, oh, this picture of the English flag. Okay, so TPRB with your body, incorporate it with TPRP which is TPR with pictures, and it will really engage and make them connections a lot easier with the students. Okay, so one of the most fun things to do, as well as incorporating all your TPR that we've just talked about, is our favorite thing: rewards. Okay, now rewards, you know, from the BlingABC classroom, you can give them stars away, ding 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 ding. But how can we incorporate rewards with TPR? Vic, what can we do?
Andy, so many ways. Do you know what I do? I encourage my students a lot. So for example, instead of just being like this, I've said something, waiting for the student, I just I'm nodding, and I'm kind of beckoning. It doesn't look that scary in class. It looks quite scary on here, but it's not.
Non-verbal communication.
Non-verbal, exactly. That's it. I'm beckoning, I'm being open, I'm nodding, I'm encouraging.
Yeah.
That's good. However, what do we do when they get it right? Maybe a high five. I know it's not for everyone. Ready? Steady. Andy, high five. That's good. Another thing is quite nice is the fist bump. So I'll show you. I'll demonstrate first. You go like this. Now do it to the camera, Andy. Ready? Steady. Fist bump. Yeah. That is fun too. It's another reward. And sometimes I think doing high fives, it's not really me. It feels a bit cheesy to me, but actually the kids love it. It does break up the class. It's great. And if they all get a chance to do a high five, it's fantastic.
Awesome. And one more thing I really like to do as well, Vic. Can you remember in the class when we play them games and you hear a little voice that says perfect?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you finish a game,
you
can bring the students up and get them to repeat it, like, I am perfect.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They love doing that. And it's incorporating a new word, but it gives them that self-confidence of like, wow, I've completed this task and I finished it, and the teacher is so happy with me. And I like to say, you are perfect. And then say, what are you? I am perfect.
That's so good. I love it. That's so good. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, that's brilliant. So yes, we can use TPR as rewards as well.
We've talked about different types of TPR. We've talked about communication. Now, when and how do we use TPR in a classroom?
Okay. I think it's more appropriate or easier to use TPR with younger students, okay? And the lower levels, okay? However, I do use TPR with my older students. I teach some students who are juniors, so they're in middle school. They're like 12, 13, 14 years old. I do use TPR with them to teach the meaning of a sentence, because there's another type of TPR, which is TPR storytelling, okay? That's one of the things that this James Asher developed, and it's really useful in the classroom because you can actually read a story or read information, and instead of the students just hearing blah 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 words, you're kind of acting it out, and that's really useful as well. So it's not just the lower levels. As I said, I love using it for my alphabet letters for phonics. Okay, that's fun. Also, I mean, we're using our mouths so much when we're trying to teach a sound like the sound, so you're kind of using your mouth, getting really close to the camera, as close as you can, so that they can see your tongue movement. That's so important. It's also a part of TPR. We're using our body in class, okay? And so never be shy, just go for it. Yeah. And
also, especially in the phonics, right? Where we can show our mouth and our tongue.
That's right. Yeah. And also I was teaching a class yesterday, which was about using sure and share. It was in the same sentence. Sure, we can share my computer game. They were level 1 students, bit tricky. So again, I got up there close because they're two words, and so I had to get up there. They were confusing them. It helps them. You can use your body for all of these things. You can say, sure, we can share my computer game.
Fantastic.
Like this. Okay, so they got sure, share, sure, share. Okay, like that. And that's so useful as well. Also, funnily enough, talking about with objects, okay, we both use digital props in our classroom, don't we?
Right.
Yeah?
We do.
So here we go. We have a lovely apple. I always go the wrong way. I normally point that way. Yeah, so we have a delicious apple. So again, I have another object. You have a heart, I have a heart. We both have stars and things like that. So I say, I like apples. Do you like apples? And I've got my heart over there. I'm interacting with my objects. Okay. And then the student can reply, a fun trick I learned from another teacher is you can actually eat the apple. I'm going to eat the apple. It's so yummy. Delicious. So that's a fun thing. If anyone's using digital props, you can do that too. You interact with them too.
Right, fantastic.
So we can use them for lower levels, for junior levels. We can use them for telling stories. We've got some new Global U courses, which is about storytelling. So TPR is going to be so essential for that.
Absolutely. And it's really funny you talk about the apple, Vic, because I have a nice ripe banana here, one of my favorite fruits. And with TPR, remember, we have TPR with objects, okay? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're limited to teaching one word of the banana. There's so many different things you can do with the banana. You can peel it, you can eat it, you can make it into smoothies, you can, there's lots of different things. Now, if I wanted to teach two things, how do I eat a banana? Well, first of all, we know that this is a banana. Oh, banana. I like bananas. And I've got to peel the banana. Oh, I've definitely done this the wrong way around. Let me do it the other way. Did you know that you peel bananas from this end? I only learned this.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that. I've seen this as a life hack, but I had no idea.
Yeah,
I haven't actually tried it.
I've tried to peel a banana from the top here.
Yeah.
And I learned maybe like last month that if you dig your nail in to the top here, it actually peels down.
Then you get banana stuff in your nail. That's a bit gross.
I know. Maybe I'll go for a manicure tonight. So I'm teaching, look, I'm peeling the banana. Peel. Then you could move forward, you progress. I like to eat. Oh. Eat the banana. Okay.
You're really interacting with that prop there, Andy. Is
really
it
interacting with
something?
it. Yeah, I'm starving. I'm famished. So something is really, really simple and easy. Go to your fridge. Have a look at what you have in your fridge. Look at your camera roll. Look at these really easy to gather props to engage with the students, and it's super, super easy. Exactly. That's what I like about TPR. One of the main reasons it's easy. There's not a lot of preparation to do with it, and it actually gets. I feel energized when I do it.
Absolutely.
Of course, as teachers, we've all got different lifestyles. We've got different working hours, and when you start doing this TPR, you do get a little bit of a buzz going on.
Yeah, definitely. That's right. Which brings us, Andy, to our top tips. Okay, so we're going to round up now with our top tips. You're just talking about your own energy. Let's talk about that. Give me a top tip about energy.
So I think I'm a big believer that energy is contagious. Okay, I think for me personally, I work on other people's energy as well as myself. But with young learners, your energy and motivation and your actions will keep these learners engaged throughout the class. You are contagious. You are what these learners and students are coming into their classroom to spend 40 minutes with. Your energy will reflect on them. And so tip number 1, energy is contagious.
Very good.
How about you, Vic?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm just going to say, also, we need to remember as teachers, energy is contagious, but the kid is sat there in front of a computer or an iPad or phone or whatever. They've got a lot of things going on in the background, right? Someone's having dinner over there. Someone's having their noodles. So we need to make sure that our energy is super high, exactly, because we want to make that kid so involved in our class. that they don't care.
Right.
TV's noisy over there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is a great tip. I would also say be inventive. Be inventive with your TPR and do not be shy. Do not be shy. Use your body. It doesn't matter who's watching you. They're little students. They're learning from you. The bigger you can be with your movements, the more you can use TPR in the classroom, instructional. So say this. That is going to help them so much. Educational, to understand the meaning of the words. And if they're joining in with you, perfect, because it's going to help them retain that new language.
Yeah,
Andy, over to you.
Just piggybacking on what you said there, Vic, spontaneous. Be spontaneous with your TPR. Props, yes, we've got to do a little bit of prep work for props, but with anything in class, you can be spontaneous, you know? When you come across a word or a sentence or a phrase that you'll want to get the message across, if you think, you know, you can, if you're doing tall and short or fast and slow, feel free, get off your chair, you know, have a little run around, have a little walk, you know. If you have that creativity in class where you're not afraid to, you know, step outside your planning zone that you're already in, that will go a very long way with students, I think.
Definitely, that's good.
And I think spontaneous is great in class.
Absolutely, exactly. Leading on from that, just go for it. Just go for it.
Right.
Exactly. Yep. And I mean, the last one, we know this together. The most important thing is to have fun in class. Not just for us, not just for the students, but for everyone. This is the classroom environment and we can make it as fun as possible. The kids are going to love coming to class, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
We love it.
So, having fun, Vic. I mean, I'm having so much fun even talking to you about this, you know? Yeah. I think definitely having fun, and the kids will know that if you're not having fun, the kids will know.
Exactly.
And it's an amazing thing, Vic. You know, we are teaching these students from, you know, different parts of the world, and we're connected from sitting behind our computer. I mean, for example, you know, you're there and I'm here, you know, and we're making, you know, it's absolutely amazing what technology has brought forward for us, you know. What I would like to do is, Vic, should we go through the 4 main steps of TPR, just to remind everyone watching. So I will start. Number 1, we start by saying a word or a phrase and then demonstrating the action. Okay.
Okay. So second one, you say the word, demonstrate the action, and get the students to do the action.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Number 3,
say the word.
Repeat a few times. It's okay. We repeat a few times.
Yes.
We reinforce that word, that pronunciation. Reinforce it into our students' mind. And then lastly, we then
ask the students to repeat the word as we do the action. So I go like this. You say, Koshiorun.
Yes. I remember it.
Exactly. Well done. That's
awesome.
It. Those are our steps to perfect TPR.
Brilliant. Oh, well, to everyone watching from here in Vietnam and from Turkey. Yeah, we really hope that you found this video useful. We really hope that you took some top tips away from mine and Vic's conversation that we had with you. We really love doing TPR. It's one of our favorite things to do. Remember, have fun, be spontaneous in class, and me and Vic are, well, I think you can talk for yourself, but you know, you've probably seen us in the staff group where we're always here. We love working for Bling, and always here for any questions. Over to you, Vic.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching this. As Andy said, I hope you this has helped. I know everyone is an expert teacher here in the group. We are chosen because we're really good teachers, but sometimes it just helps to hear from another teacher some different ideas. So I hope this has helped. As I said, for me, it helped my last evaluation go from meets to exceeds, and that was fantastic because I got the children to join in. So let's hope it's the same for everyone as well. I hope everyone enjoys it, and we will talk to you soon. We're available in the Facebook group, as Andy said, so we love interacting with everyone. Talk to you soon.
Brilliant.
Let's get started and introduce ourselves. Andy, tell me about yourself.
Well, Vic, thank you for asking. So my name is Teacher Andy. I am from a city in England called Newcastle, which is in the northern part of England. Vic, do you know Newcastle?
Indeed I do, Andy, because I was born in Newcastle too.
Wow! Where is Newcastle on the map, Vic?
On the map, it's way up here, Andy. I don't know if you can see at the top of the guide, bowler hat. There is Newcastle. Here's our flag, the UK.
Wow.
Yep. There is Newcastle at the top of England, just below Scotland.
Well, thank you for showing us, Vic. Now, Newcastle is famous for all of its bridges, and it has a big river running through it. Now, currently, I don't live in Newcastle, England. Vic, I live in this country. Do you know this country here?
I do, Andy. I do. It is Vietnam.
Oh, well done, Vic. Yes, it is Vietnam. And I live in a city called Hanoi, which is the capital of Vietnam. Now, I've been living here for 2 years, and I've been working for Bling. There it is. For Bling for 1 year. And I love what we do. I love our students. I love our teacher community. And I'm really excited to share some tips with you today alongside my amazing colleague, Vic. So, Vic, tell me about you. Where are you from?
I'm also from England. I'm also from Newcastle. And I moved to Turkey nearly 20 years ago. I live here. This place is Uludeniz. We have an amazing beach. We have the Mediterranean Sea. And this is in Turkey here. I'm on the southwest coast. I love swimming. I love so many things. I love spending time with my family. I have 2 sons. And we also enjoy paragliding. Bit scary, but fantastic fun. And I also love scuba diving. This is me. Yes, I go scuba diving under the sea. And it's wonderful.
Wow.
These are the things I do in Turkey, Andy, and it's so much fun. Okay.
Hey, what are the beaches like in Turkey? Are they nice?
I think they're really beautiful. Lots of them are pretty sandy. The ones that aren't sandy are quite stony. However, they're amazing because you can see so clearly. So they're wonderful for snorkeling. When you put your snorkel on, you see everything. It's wonderful. It's so exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
That's so awesome, Vic. Should we say bye in our local language, Vic?
Okay. I'm going to say see you later. Okay, in Turkish.
3, 2, 1. Xin chào.
Görüşürüz.
Xin chào. Bye-bye.